Why do we have the law? What's the point of the law? Is the law contrary to the gospel? Is it against what the message of God is? Verse 19, they're saying, what's the purpose? Verse 21, is the law then against the promises of God? God forbid. You see, the path of faith runs as long as time, and the path of faith runs alongside the law. Have you ever been driving on the interstate, and next to you is this road that's not the interstate, but it's a road for that town, and it just runs right next to the interstate, and you're just traveling right next to people, right? And maybe there's someone coming this direction that kind of plays a trick on your eyes, like, is that person going the wrong way? It's running alongside, but it's not continuing on. You see, the law ran alongside, but it couldn't get us where we needed to go. The law runs alongside the message of God, but it can't get us where we need to go. Paul says that the purpose of the law, the service of the law in verse 22, is that it put us all under the curse. The law made it clear that we're in trouble. The law made it clear that we can't get our act together, that we can't do what is right, that we're not able to do what God would have us to do. Have you ever read the Old Testament law? Have you ever read all of it, all of the commands that are there? And on top of that, they added more laws and more laws. It was impossible to keep them all. But the purpose of the law was to show us that the law will never make us right. The rules will never make us do what we should. We are constantly breaking them. Years ago, we had Brother Roy Helms preach here for us, and some of you might remember he has yard signs that have the 10 Commandments on them, and he has license plate placards that have the 10 Commandments on them. And Roy's passion is that the 10 Commandments remain visible in our country, though there are many people that are removing it from community places and courthouses. He wants to make sure that the 10 Commandments are known to this culture. Because if we don't know the 10 Commandments, we don't know that we're breaking the law of God. And if nobody knows they're breaking the law of God, nobody knows that they need to be rescued. The purpose of the law is to show us that we need God. The purpose of the law is to show us that we need grace through faith. So Paul argues that faith and the law are not in opposition to one another, but they work together. They're from the same God. He says God is one in verse 20. So he says that doesn't contradict grace. It contrasts grace. It makes it visible. It shows us how much we need it. The law was like a light that turned on and showed us just how lost we were. The law was like your GPS finally connecting in, realizing that you're not on the road you're supposed to be on. You're on some side road that's taking you a different direction. That's what the law did. It showed us that we need God's grace, that we need His work in our life.